This video is made for adult collectors because of all the junk, not just in the trunk, but all over this toy. People often go around saying that shell forming is bad, and while, yeah, it can be bad, it definitely can be bad, there's also examples of it being good, and this is probably one of those examples. But I'm going to start in alt mode here because it's the cleanest looking thing on this toy, because, oh man, robot mode is full of random stuff. This is based off one of the many trucks seen in the Nest chase at the beginning of Revenge of the Fallen, and it's an excellent looking truck. It even has a proper truck bed you can put things in, like chips, Oreos, weed. I don't actually have any weed because I don't smoke. The most balanced of breakfasts. I dig the colors. If the guns weren't on the top, it'd be a pretty unassuming alt mode, and those usually are pretty good. Speaking of that, I do wish the gun was removable. Everything here is secured via a pin, so I can't take it off, which is a shame. Unless I like disassemble the whole toy. There are several 3mm clips surrounding this guy, so you can arm him up with loads of 3mm weapons, but I don't have any, so all you're getting is a side-mounted sniper rifle. That's useful, I guess. I love the big chunky tires, because if you look at this guy's robot mode, and trust me, we're going to take a look at that mess, it looks like it won't be solid or have much ground clearance, but no, it has very good ground clearance and rolls like a dream on soft surfaces. Because for some reason mine's have like stiff wheels, so it doesn't like rolling. It's really annoying. It's also pretty long for a deluxe class figure. It fits quite well with Studio Series scaling, if I'm honest. Like, I like the way this looks. But it's a brown truck. It's pretty static and doesn't do much else interesting. Like me. Transformation, however, does some pretty nifty things, especially involving the weapon storage. So similar to Swindle, I'm going to show you guys some of the cool and interesting things about the transformation, while not necessarily walking you through it, because I'm not going to do that. But it is very shell formery, and you start basically by like undoing all these panels. But it's so satisfying, not that, to like get all this out of the way, to unfold these back. Like, I don't know why, that's just super satisfying. And then you expose the hands, right? And when you pull the hands out, the guns are already in the hands, coming out. I love when they do that. When the weapons already are in the hands of the robot, it's so cool. It's just, they need to do that more. Like, weapon store, that usually doesn't happen. Weapon storage is just nice, and when they do it like that, it's just so much more satisfying to just see work. Like, even this guy has some pretty neat weapon storage, even if it doesn't end up in his hands. So, like, I just think they need to do that more often. What's also nice about this figure is that most of the clear plastic is actually inserts, so you don't really have to worry about any of it breaking. Which is, you know, always, except for these. These are not inserts, but everything else is an insert inside the figure, so that's nice. Alright, are we ready to hear the worst noise ever? I need to move this up so you can see it. Are you ready to hear the worst noise ever? Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. It doesn't do it that way, but... Oh, it's not going to do it right now. Hang on, let's see if we can do it again. Ugh. That sounds terrible. I hate it. Ew. Yeah. One of the nice things about all this kibble is because it's all on hinges and stuff, you have, like, your own variety of how you want to, like, where you want to put it. So you could have his shoulder pads out like that. You could have them folded in. You can make the back wings stick out to clean up the silhouette a bit more, or you could have them folded out like this, which is how I like to do it. You can turn these whichever way you want. You got these that are on ball joints, so you can do whatever you want with them. So his transformation, while it doesn't have a concrete end point, he's a little loose. While it doesn't have a concrete end point, there's options you can do, which is always nice. Unlike this dude where that's just there and it's there to stay forever. Robot mode is very much just covered in car bits. It's a lot, and in a lot of angles it can get ugly to look at. He has the back of the truck hanging off the arms, the doors hanging off the back, the hood hangs off the legs, his head's hanging in shame because it's so loose because this was used. It's a lot. Like, it's just a lot of panels hanging off there, but somehow it works. This design as a whole just works with all these panels, and the color placement also really helps that. Like, if the car was a completely different contrast from the robot, it would look terrible. But they made the colors match enough for it to blend well and work nicely. Fallback kind of doesn't do that, and the kibble is more noticeable, so I don't like it as much, but I have to get that because it's a Hunt for the Decepticons figure, and I need it for the Hunt for the Decepticons shelf, god damn it. I like how they put the tail light deco on the arms. I think that's a neat piece of detail, even if it is fake. And this gold they used is like a brushed metallic, and it looks awesome. I love how you can see the details inside the torso, which is really cool. I always love when they make parts see-through and you can see details underneath. And the head feels very Brawn. Too bad he's so sad because his neck is busted. I can fix it, but it's still annoying. He's quite stable too. With all that stuff hanging off of him, you can still pose him quite well and he still stands. I love the SMG/pistol things he comes with. These are really well done weapons and they're 2 parts, so that's a plus. The parts count on these older toys was just great, wasn't it? Back to his posing though, he has a lot of it here, like so much posability. And the kibble gets out of the way to accommodate almost all of those poses. Take that, Leader Class Age of Extinction Prime and other bigger Leader Class Age of Extinction Prime. His articulation is quite good for a figure from 2009. You got the head, which is on like a very loose ball joint for me. It's also on a hinge, so you can do that if you want to. Why does the light seem off? Hang on. Ah! Shoulders. Oh, we're not going to use that one. Shoulders can rotate a full 360, even with all the stuff. They're on ball joints, they can go in and out. You got a bicep swivel. You also have this extra joint here, so you can actually move the arm all the way up if you want to. The gun fell out of his hand. You got, oh, that shoulder, man. You got double jointed elbows. Ah, okay. You got wrist rotation, you have waist rotation. Hips can go forward and back, in and out. Thigh rotation. Single jointed knee, but if you want a double jointed knee, you can rip the leg completely off. You can bend it like this. God, I keep ripping this leg off. This has never happened before. And then the feet can go forward and back. There's no ankle tilt, and they're not sculpted at an angle, which is a bit annoying. But other than that, that one little piece of articulation he's missing, he's pretty much got modern posability. Like, he can contend with figures like this very easily. It's great. Oh, and the cannon. The cannon can move left to right, go up and down on 2 hinges, and it can do this. So if you want to store it away, you can. You can fold it away if you want to. And then you can just, pull it out, put it on whatever side you want, which is nice. And then, like I said, all of this can move out of the way to accommodate anything you want to do posing-wise on this guy. So that's quite nice. I like it. I will say these are a little loose. The SMGs, they're not going to do it right now, but they do just like to come off because of the way that the pegs are sculpted. They got a hole in them. I don't know why. I think it's so that they can store in a specific spot, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, what is that shoulder making noise now? Okay, that's new. That is new. I gotta oil those. It's a nice figure, and for 15 bucks, it's a great pickup. It's kibbly, and it's like a lot, but it's still a fun figure, and I definitely recommend either this or the fallback version. Now, I do recommend Brawn a little bit more because of the color scheme things, but fallback is still a really nice looking toy, and these are just fun. And you know me, I love old movie toys, so this is definitely going to be up my alley. Definitely recommend it. But that's my look at Revenge of the Fallen Brawn. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.